You will never be the same today.
Elite Kayadam.
I sometimes feel that I am impersonating the dark subconscious.
Before we begin, I'd like to ask you something. What scares you the most? Put that question inside your head for a moment. Scramble it around a bit. Let it sit there for a few minutes. Guess what? You're out of time. Welcome to the very first episode of What Scares Us. And today we're going to be focusing on the West Virginian folklore, the Mothman. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kent Wiggleworm III. Not the first, not the second, but the third. There are many things out there that scare us. Monster myths, creatures, folklore, urban legends from around the world. They're all out there, folks. Can you feel it? Can you feel it in the air right now? This is a myth that's well known around the world. And I must say, never in my 54 years of life have I ever seen a man with wings that looks like a moth. We do have an eyewitness on this show, and we're going to be talking about that soon. And at the end of the episode, we will determine whether or not I believe in this stuff. So take it away, strange monkey.
The origins of this urban legend date as far back as the 1960s, from November 12, 1966 to December 15, 1967 in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. On November 12, 1966, 5 men who were digging a grave in West Virginia claimed to have seen a man-like figure fly low from the trees over their heads. This is often identified as the first known sighting of what became known as the Mothman. Shortly thereafter, 2 young couples from Point Pleasant told police that they saw a large gray creature whose eyes glowed when the car's headlights picked it up. They described it as a large flying man with 10-foot wings who were following their car while they were driving in an area outside of the town known as the TNT area, a site of a former World War II ammunition dump. There have been multiple sightings of the Mothman on and off over the years. Some people claim that Mothman was an alien, a supernatural manifestation, or a previously unknown species of animal. In his 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies, author John Keel claimed that the Point Pleasant residents experienced premonitions of the collapse of the Silver Bridge, unidentified flying object sightings, and visits from inhuman or threatening men in black and other phenomena. The legend has influenced popular culture with various TV shows and books produced about the creature. The most famous is probably The Mothman Prophecies, a book by John Keel that was made into a movie in 2002 starring Richard Gere. And most recently, the Mothman appeared as an enemy in the popular video game Fallout 76. It is rare when you find him in the video game, and he is hard to kill. There is also a Mothman festival and a museum, both in Point Pleasant.
Let me tell you something, sir. You think you're gonna intimidate me with your big red eyes and your wings flying around like you think you're Superman? No, sorry, Bob. Not today, not tomorrow, not forever. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is an interview with the international superstar Moby Lee. He is an eyewitness, and he claims to have seen the Mothman in the past.
So y'all want to hear about the Mothman, huh? You know, it's one thing to hear about him, to read up on stuff, to hear things that might have happened, but it's another to come face to face with him. To not know if that breath you're breathing is the last breath you'll ever take in your life. To lose everything in an instant. That happened to me. Now, I didn't bump into him in real life, not yet. But I did in Fallout 76. I was around level 25. I had a super sludge, my melee maxed out. I was good. I was walking down a long road with my friend, and about 100 feet down, we seen this figure, and my friend freaked out. He said, "Holy crap, it's the Mothman." And I looked over to him, and I said, "We fought Wendigos, we fought hordes of Scorched, we fought super mutants, we fought death claws. There's nothing that we can't take on." I was stupid. I was ignorant to think that I could take on the Mothman back then. I took 2 steps forward, and that Mothman, who was 100 feet away, in an instant, was right behind me. I didn't see him move at all. Everything was in slow motion as I turned around. And in the blink of an eye, I was dead. And then I found out that's not just a video game monster. It's something that's real. I found out that this is actual facts. And that he could be out there somewhere, anywhere. And if you ever bump into him, you better hope and pray that he doesn't see you.
Would you like to know if I believe the Mothman exists or not? I've got to say, I don't believe it. I don't think it's real. I have never encountered anything like that in my life. I'm very sorry to disappoint you all. So that about wraps it up here for the very first episode of Things That Scare Us. See you next time, folks. Be sure to subscribe.
You will never be the same today.